Letting go isn't about having the courage to release the past. It's about having the wisdom to embrace the present. Steve Maraboli. Life doesn't always offer us a pause button. It's fast, demanding, constant. And somewhere in the swirl of deadlines, expectations, losses, and heartaches, we forget how to simply breathe. We forget how to slow down and listen to what our mind, body, and spirit are trying to say. That's why this message is called Relax, Relate, Release. A divine 3-step rhythm that can transform how you carry your life and how your life carries you. Relax. You can't heal if you're always hustling. You can't grow if you're always grinding. Somewhere along the way, we confused busyness with purpose, exhaustion with achievement, but purpose isn't proven by how tired you are. Peace is not a reward for burnout. You deserve rest because you are human. Relaxing doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you are giving yourself permission to be restored. You can't pour from an empty cup. When you stop to relax, you give your nervous system time to recalibrate. You give your heart the oxygen it needs to keep beating for the things you love. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest. Sit still, breathe deeply. Disconnect from noise. Not because you are lazy, but because you understand the value of renewal. You cannot be your best self if you're always running on fumes. So today, give yourself permission to slow down. Let go of the guilt. You are not your performance. You are not your resume. You are not your to-do list. You are worthy of peace. Relate. After you relax, you begin to relate to yourself, to others, to the world. You begin to remember that you're not alone. We were not meant to do life by ourselves. And yet, how many of us are drowning in silent struggles because we're afraid to reach out? To relate means to reconnect, to be vulnerable, to tell the truth about how you're really doing. It means letting go of the mask and letting someone in. It means asking for help and when allowing yourself to be held. There is nothing weak about needing others. Strength is not measured by isolation. It's measured by connection. Some healing only happens in the presence of others. Sometimes your breakthrough is hiding in someone else's encouragement, wisdom, and support. Relating also means relating to your own truth, to your pain, to your patterns, to your story. It means being honest about where you are, what you've been through, and what still needs healing. You cannot release what you refuse to relate to. You've got to sit with it, not to wallow in it, but to learn from it, to understand it, to let it be seen so it can finally stop controlling you from the shallows. Finally, release. And after you relax, and after you relate, comes the part that sets you free. Release. This is where you let go of the pain, the pressure, the expectations, the shame, the weight you were never meant to carry. Releasing is not forgetting. It's not pretending it didn't happen. It's not spiritual bypassing. It is the courageous act of saying, I will not let this define me. Release the guilt that's not yours to carry. Release the unforgiveness that's poisoning your journey. Release the narrative that says you're not enough. Release the fear that's keeping you small. You don't have to carry it anymore. You don't have to prove your worth by holding it all together. Your healing begins when you start laying it down. What have you been holding on to for too long? Whose voice is echoing in your head, convincing you to stay stuck? What pain have you buried that needs to finally be acknowledged and released? Let it go. Not for them, for you. Release the need to know all the answers. Release the lie that everything has to be perfect. Release the fear of being misunderstood. You're not responsible for how everyone sees you. You're responsible for your freedom. Some of you are one release away from peace, one conversation away from clarity, one act of surrender away from strength. When you relax, relate, and release, you create room for healing to enter. You make space for joy to return. You open the door for self-love to grow. You take your power back. This is not just a cute phrase, it's a spiritual practice. It's a way of being, a way of reclaiming your life. When you relax, you tell your body it's safe. When you relate, you tell your soul it's seen. When you release, you tell your heart it's time. Time to rise. Time to heal. Time to come home to yourself. I don't know what your journey looks like, but I know you've been through things that tried to break you. And yet, you're still here. And because you're still here, there's still purpose. You may be tired, but you're not done. You may be uncertain, but you're not lost. You may be grieving, but you're still growing. You were made to overcome. And part of overcoming is knowing when to stop pushing and start listening. When to stop fighting and start releasing. So today and every day, breathe, rest, talk to someone, tell the truth, let go of what doesn't serve you. Relax, relate, release, and then rise. You've got this. Peace and blessings, Dr. O.